society, and I hope your organization, institute, and all the teachers who are present over here will contribute in this rally, so that as other professions are getting very good reputation, okay, like medicine or engineering, the same way, same type of status we can also achieve by imparting a good knowledge to the pharma students, or you are generating the academicians also. And in this present scenario, your institution, Bapatla College of Pharmacy is organizing 6-day online AICTE refresher programs. And so on the thing title of In-Silico drug discovery, design and methods, applications. Okay, so all these topics which I have seen in the morning also, Dr. Purushottam, then Dr. Satyanarayana, Dr. Sushil Kumar, all of them have described very nicely the topics. And earlier days also, you people have enjoyed the importance of this CAD, CAM, and drug discovery processes. And I hope this will be a very added advantage or added knowledge in your scientific upliftment of all the faculty members as well as research scholars over the nation. And in this context itself, I'm just focusing some few aspects of this green chemistry strategies, especially in the context of the drug discovery. So as such, I'm associated with this DIPSARU, Delhi Pharmaceutical Science and Research University. This is the first university in India, okay, which is imparting special knowledge in the field of pharmacy and allied health sciences. And DIPSAR, the Delhi Pharmaceutical Science and Research Institute, which is about 65 years old institute of Delhi government. Earlier we were affiliated to Delhi University, and now we are affiliated with the DIPSARU. This is the constituent college of DIPSARU, which is totally Delhi government university. Okay, and here we are imparting the programs of diploma in pharmacy, bachelor in pharmacy, masters in pharmacy, PhD in pharmacy, then masters in hospital management, masters in public health, okay, and bachelors in physiotherapy. So these allied sciences are also there, and our main intention is that we should give the training to the students as well as pharma professionals to a great extent, and produce quality pharma professionals from this institute, and which has been evidenced also. So Professor R.K. Khar, Professor M.R. Yadav, okay, they were the part of this institute. Professor Murthy was also part of this institute organization. Professor S.L. Nasa, Atul Nasa, Arun Garg, Balla, all these stalwarts in the pharma profession are from this institute of DIPSAR. And we are having AICTE programs also, nodal center for the all India. And after that, we can say that it is the QIP center also. So that is one more additional feather in our organization. So, sorry. So with this context, we are will see that green chemistry development and principles in brief in the barriers in the drug discovery, advantages of green chemistry in drug development, green synthesis of the drugs. Example will take from the ibuprofen and sertraline. Then greener approach for drug discovery followed by several scientists. Then applications and future prospects in the green chemistry, the drug discovery process that we'll see. So if you consider broadly, so in present scenario, everybody is focusing on the minimizing the pollutants, okay, not only from the environment, but from the our food items also, and medicines is the equally important thing. So medicines need to be of highest quality, okay. So whatsoever raw materials we are using in the synthetic chemistry or synthesizing the bulk drugs, APIs, okay, and the intermediate products. So that should be free from the various organic components. Okay, so that is very much needed here. Okay, and from that point of view, the green chemistry attracts the attention of all the scientists or the pharmaceutical people in the industry, so that they will get a very good quality product for the manufacturing of various pharmaceutical compounds or dosage forms from the raw material API. And at present, all of you are knowing that we were mostly dependent on the China for the raw material, but because of the initiative of this present government, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, that the initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat, okay, that is started, and that is gearing up momentum. Earlier also it was there. We were one of the good hub in the bulk drug formulations or bulk drug manufacturing, especially in the Gujarat, Ankaleshwar, Vapi, in Hyderabad, nearby area here in Baddi. Some pharmaceutical units was there. Which were manufacturing the bulk drugs, but that was not to very high extent. But nowadays, with this theme of Atmanirbhar Bharat, government is focusing and asking all the pharmaceutical scientists as well as chemists to manufacture maximum raw materials or the bulk drugs in the India itself with a good quality, okay, very good quality products, so that even it can be exported to other developed nations like USA, UK, Canada, Europe. Okay, now also we are exporting most of the bulk drug in the form of formulations. We are exporting. We are number 3 to number 4 in this export of the pharmaceutical products, and uh, we are good leader in the pharmaceutical field. So green chemistry is an innovative technique involving design of chemical products and processes to eliminate generation of hazardous substances. So all of us are seeing in the laboratories and all the processes that we are using raw material, adding something, reagents and other things, and because of that, there are certain chemical products, or you can say that impurities are getting involved here, okay, and that may be hazardous also to the human body. And that is the main focus of the present research, that the hazardous substances should be minimum level, okay, purity should be at highest level. So development of pharmaceutical products by use of green chemistry can result in reduction of waste generation. Okay, recently you must have heard that the pollution control board of Maharashtra has asked one Aarti Drugs to shut his plant in the Thana area, Mumbai and nearby area. 2 plants of that particular industry was shut down by the uh, pollution control board of Maharashtra, because they were generating the waste, and which was hazardous to the nearby population. So that type of thing. So we want nowadays to reduce the waste also, and that too hazardous waste especially, minimize energy consumption, and it can play an important role in eliminate the health related issues due to use of organic solvents or process, resulting in the environmental waste generation. So whenever we are doing the practicals or research projects in the for the PG especially and PhD students, we are always keeping them into a very sophisticated chemistry lab, which will have a very good exhaust systems. Fume hoods are involved, okay, and through the proper fume hood, all the effluents which are generated in through that particular reactions, that is getting uh, out of that particular atmosphere or area into the open area, and that too getting converted into a non-hazardous fumes. So certain carbon filters or other things are used in this type of very good quality imported fume hoods also. So that will also take care of the environmental hazard. Even those who are not taking proper precautions doing while doing these research projects at MPharm level or PG level, PhD level, okay, they have faced certain type of problems, skin rashes, skin irritation, some allergy they have developed, or some liver problem they have developed, or certain types of, in few cases, some cancerous development was also observed in few students or few researchers. So after long period, some teratogenic effects are also observed. Okay, some cumulative um, things, toxic effects are observed. So it is our, all the teachers and researchers duty that we make the our students, researchers, especially PG PhD students at undergraduate level also, we should start this concept of green chemistry, so that uh, hazardous chemicals should not be produced in our reactions. That should be at minimum level. Okay, so the drug development through the green chemistry seeks to eliminate the unnecessary environmental impact, but we must enable delivery of life-saving drugs and also show value for human well-being. Okay, so green drug development principle do not condemn this, but rather encourage that these goals must met through our absolute best performance. Okay, so this is the objective of this green chemistry. So what is the principle, how it can be achieved? So minimum pharmaceutical waste can be generated with this green chemistry, designing of pharmaceutical products for the degradation, so that the final product can be degraded and get dissolved into the soil and water, okay, with not that much toxic effects. Then green biocatalysis for pharmaceutical industry. So in our chemistry, all the things, we are observing that we are using so many chemicals, okay, as a catalyst also. So if we uh, use this catalyst, so they will not take a direct role into the reaction, but they will only increase the rate of reaction, and they will not interfere with the all the other things. But at last, we have to remove it and throw it. So that will become again a waste product, and that may be a hazardous also. So green biocatalyst is also preferred one in this green chemistry. So new drug development in the degradable and recyclable polymers is also important task. Then safer chemicals as well as safer solvents we should prepare in this green chemistry approach. Okay, so what are the barriers if we consider the green chemistry aspect? What are the barriers in the drug discovery process? So short development cycle. So we need that the drug should be discovered at a very faster pace, because classic example is in this COVID vaccines. Okay, so co-vaccine and other things. Okay, whatsoever we are developing in India, so it is developed in a record time period. Okay, and it is expected that even other some type of chemotherapeutic agents or some chemicals can be used against this antivirus, as an antivirus in this COVID treatment also, but it's not yet possible. So we are doing the repurposing also. So remdesivir was also that type of thing. Hydroxychloroquine was also part of that repurposed drug, but that was not up to that mark, and that is how WHO has removed them and asked not to use the remdesivir as a chloroquine, hydroxychloroquine also. Okay, so we should develop the drug in a short period of time. Okay, then limited patent life. Okay, patent life is also there. So the companies who are pouring huge amount of cash or their expenditure on this developing this new drug, they are basically depends on the patents. Then product quality. Okay, then product quality should be of very high quality. That also lead acts as a barrier. Then regulatory requirements. So this is the most important part. From one desk to another desk, file will move from slowly, and this part is reduced drastically with the government's proactive role because of this pandemic. Okay, so emergency use was granted for the both the vaccines in India. Okay, although they have completed all the processes mandatory for the launch of the vaccine, certain people or some politicians are objecting on it, and that is not good thing for the Indian pharma sector that will hamper our company's reputation abroad. So we must thank all our scientists and regulatory authorities for minimizing this regulatory requirement time period especially. So our DCGI, who is one of the important person, most important person in pharma regulation, Dr. VG Somani is the alumnus of Nagpur University, MPharm PhD. Okay, and very good, nice person. We know him. We are regularly inviting him in our programs and in various conferences at IPCL. So we are seeing him. Okay, so that regulatory requirement was time period was reduced. Okay, and that is how we were able to launch this vaccine in a very quick period. So in future also we expect that if our government becomes very proactive, okay, this time period can be reduced and the drugs can be launched very fast with a good quality. We cannot compromise on quality of the drugs or pharmaceutical substances. Lack of unified metrics, okay, so that is also important barrier. Then high cost of development. Drug discovery development is a long process, time taking process, as well as the cost involved is very high. Okay, then high project attrition, that is from the so many good projects, only few projects can go up to the market level. So that is the important concept or the barriers, and to avoid these barriers, green chemistry can play a very important role. Okay, so as you must have seen the drug discovery process by the computer aided drug designing, and that is reducing the time in the development of drug discovery by a very good extent. And on the virtually also you can develop the things, we can see the adverse effects, and then screening can be done. But whenever it has to be go to the clinical trials, so we need to test it, synthesize it first, and test it on the microorganisms, small animals, large animals, monkey, okay, and then a limited period people, okay, as a clinical trials. Okay, so for that purpose, if you want to synthesize the the compounds which was generated or developed because of the computer aided drug designing softwares, that you need to synthesize it in the wet lab, and for that purpose green chemistry plays a very important role. So advantages of green chemistry is that it is basically a non-toxic in nature. Okay, self-regenerating in process, no solvents or binders are used. Okay, and catalytic transfer energy from light. Okay, and 100% efficient. Okay, so these are the various advantages of this green chemistry. And if we see earlier simple classical example of ibuprofen, so that was using this various chemical intermediates, okay, which are somewhat uh, hazardous in nature, okay, and the yield, okay, is also very less if we uses this type of organic solvents and reagents. But if we go for the Jaminson's approach, okay, what is this Jaminson's approach? Is reported on an improved flow synthesis of ibuprofen of sodium salt. Okay, it delivers the target compound in only 3 minutes, the residence time with improved productivity of about 135 milligram per minute. We can see here the normal mode in 2009 onward. Before that, the time period was more, okay, and 51% yield was there, and 9 minutes was the time period which was required. Okay, 9 milligram per minute was the productivity or yield. Here 135 milligram per minute is the productivity. So that is how we can see that the green synthetic mode is very well preferred, and time period is also reduced, the impurity is also reduced, and we can lower the cost involved also. So another important example is of sertraline. Okay, so this drug is basically a antidepressant drug, and it was synthesized using a very multiple steps earlier. Okay, so this can be seen here with this reference which I have quoted here. Okay, so multiple steps was there, and so many chemicals intermediates was used in this process. And once it was synthesized, lot of chemicals or intermediates was produced. Okay, and the final product will be also there, very good product, but with some impurities, but that can be removed with the help of green synthesis. Okay, Pfizer has developed this thing, and Sertraline is synthesized by the new synthetic pathway with a single step process, and all steps are performed with the help of ethanol. And what is the advantage? Ethanol eliminates the distillation and recovery of 4 toxic solvents in the synthesis, improves the efficiency and selectivity of this synthesis route. Okay, so this is much more preferred. So these only 2 examples we have seen here. There are lot many examples. We have written one very good review articles on this green chemistry, green synthesis, that you people also can refer. Okay, so what are the approaches of drug discovery followed in by various scientists? So green solvents, use of green solvents is preferred. So in case of deep eutectic solvents, okay, so pyridopyrimidinone derivatives can be utilized here. In the ionic liquids, alpha terpineol is the nicely used green solvent. Then in case of glycerol, the naphthyl acridines and quinolines analogs can be utilized, okay, instead of this glycerol. Then water can be utilized here. Then coumarin 3 carboxylic acid derivatives instead of this. Okay, then in case of nanocatalyst, okay, here palladium complex nanostructured type of compounds can be used. So here these are the substitutes, this type of different type of nanocatalysts in various type of reactions. Okay, so this oxidation of toluene, this type of catalyst can be used, which are green in nature. Okay, sorry. Then in case of, you can synthesize the things in the solvent free nature also, for especially for the oxidation of toluene. Then naphthalic amides, then chloromethyl ethylene carbonate, xanthine derivatives. So in all these processes, solvent-free process synthesis can be achieved with the help of this green chemistry approach. Then another very important approach is the microwave assisted synthesis. Okay, so this is basically a one-pot microwave synthesis. Like example is xanthine derivatives, silver nanocluster catalyst, then microwave irradiated media method 304. So NaNGL condensation, benzimidazole derivatives, silver nanoparticles can be synthesized with this help of microwave assisted method. Okay, so nowadays this is also preferred for the PG and PhD projects where we want to synthesize the compounds in a very fast speed. So as all of you are knowing that we are utilizing at in the kitchen itself microwave. Okay, but the safety is not that much maintained if we use it for the food articles, especially which are we are going to consume it at very regular basis. So that is should be avoided to much more extent. That is debatable topic. Some scientists say that it is totally free of any hazard, but some scientists still mention that microwaves, especially in the kitchen and food items, should be avoided or can be avoided, because we can see that in hotels and all the restaurants and all these Pizza Huts, okay, they are using this microwave, and in very fraction of minutes or seconds also you can get your food items become hot and can be served immediately to the customers. So same way, the reactions which was taking 4 hours for the reflux, 8 hours reflux or 24-hour reflux, most of the you people, those who are in the teaching or academics, must have seen that in your PhDs or PG projects, you must have came across such type of reactions which will take long, even 10 hours reflux, 20-hour reflux. So that can be reduced to 10 minute, 20 minute, 30 minute, or maximum 1 hour with the help of microsynthesizer. The classic example of the microsynthesizer, what we are using here in Dipsar or Dipsuru, is the CEM imported one, which is costing about 12 to 14 lakh rupees. A very small pot, tabletop microsynthesizer, and at a time we can synthesize a number of compounds, okay, without the use of any organic solvents. In the green way or green synthesis, we can do it with the microwave assisted synthesizer, CEM synthesizer we are using here, and we have got very good results with this microsynthesizer. Only thing is that some maintenance initial procurement cost is somewhat more, and some maintenance is somewhat more. But as you people are aware that this program is also sponsored by AICTE. So AICTE gives various schemes like RPS, MODROP for the development or the modernization of equipment. So you can also ask the AICTE for this microwave synthesizer. So that can help your researchers, your own students, PhD scholars, or for your own PhD if you are want to pursue it in the synthetic chemistry. So green chemistry, microsynthesizer is the very important instrument. Then ultrasound assisted methods, okay, liquid micro extraction process can be carried out here. Then bis indole 3L methanes, then ferulic acid, caffeic acid, and cinnamic acid extraction can be very easily carried out with this ultrasound assisted method in the green way. Okay, then biomolecules from the Fumaria, Parviflora, their silver nanoparticles can be synthesized. Then rosemary plant, nickel ferrite, nanorods particles can be synthesized. Oleo, Europe, then copper oxide nanoparticles can be synthesized here. Crystin loaded nanoparticles can be synthesized here. So this way, in biomolecules extraction also we can utilize this green chemistry. One more important concept over here in the extraction process is the SFE, supercritical fluid extractor. Okay, so that is also very nicely used technique. Supercritical fluid extractor will use the carbon dioxide, CO2, as a gas for the extraction process. Okay, so that is how we can avoid the long SOx-like extraction, okay, for this process of extraction of various chemical constituents from the plant products especially. Okay, so SFE, supercritical fluid extractor, is the one of the important instrument which we people are having. Okay, so the if you see the applications, there are many applications are there for in the industry about green chemistry. Okay, so you can see the various important industries like GlaxoSmithKline developed eco design toolkit as a way to provide bench level chemists and engineers with access to green chemistry information and tools for the process research development and manufacture. Okay, then in case of research practice, discovery of catalytic chemical processes called metathesis, then which shows broad applicability in the chemical industry is also there. If you see the importance, required less energy, reduces greenhouse gas emission, which is the need of an hour, stable at normal temperature. All the green solvents are generally stable at room temperature, and pressure, produces less hazardous waste, okay, as it is environmental friendly. So the Nobel Prize in the chemistry in 2005 was for this green chemistry application only. Okay, in medicine, the profession we are involved, basically, green chemistry plays a very important role. The industries like Merck and Codexin developed a second generation green synthesis of sitagliptin. Okay, this is the trade name, and this collaboration lead to an enzymatic process that reduces waste improves yield and safety, and eliminates the need for metal catalyst. Okay, so in this way, this green chemistry can be applicable or utilized in our drug discovery process, especially in case of biodegradable plastics. So we are observing that in nowadays, main focus is that avoid plastic whenever possible, and especially uh, stop use of single-use plastic is the main focus or the vision given by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and that is very much needed. Otherwise, in future, we'll see a tsunami of uh, these plastics and polymers as a waste or garbage. I hope few months back, all of you must have seen some videos in social media, WhatsApp, especially in the Jaipur and nearby area. So that cloud burst was there, and a type of flood situation was there. So all the plastic from the forest and nearby hills and that all tourist places was flowing through the uh, whole city, and cannot imagine how it was going that way. So to avoid that types of situations, we should avoid the plastic, especially single-use plastic. Okay, and if it is recyclable, you should uh, collect it properly and put it into the that particular type of dustbins or the waste garbage bins provided by the government. On at the institution level also, we can think of giving such type of education to the students, especially because we are uh, creating a good civilized students and pharmacists, scientist people. Okay, so there also biodegradable plastics can be a very good idea. Okay, so polylactic acid, branded as Inigo, Igneo. Okay, so that way, if we can able to synthesize much more biodegradable plastic, we can utilize it. Then the environmental hazards can be reduced to a great extent. Then cleaning of turbid water in this process also. Okay, so in municipal corporation, industrial wastewater is made clear by the use of alum. Okay, so it increases the cases of Alzheimer's disease. Okay, that is the very important, and the adverse effect of this water cleaning process. And the research shows that the tamarind sick kernel powder found as effective as economic agent to clean the water. Tamarind seed kernels powder. Okay, so this is the green way of cleaning the turbid water or the waste water. Okay, so also the tamarind kernel powder is non-poisonous. Okay, it is biodegradable and highly economic in nature. So this way we can develop the things. Even in case of the plastic, some of the scientists from the IIT Chennai has developed that it can be utilized for the formation of bricks as well as even the formation of the road. Okay, so that can be a good alternatives to avoid the wastage or disposal, proper disposal of the plastics. Okay, so future prospects for this green chemistry, if we consider, numerous fruitful endeavors have been made in this area, but still a lot is remaining in the field of this green chemistry. So this can be accomplished by preparing and teaching the emerging scientists so that they are well aware